Joining us to discuss is Stephen Ehrlich, a Voyager Digital co-founder and CEO. Stephen, I thank you for being with us. I wonder if you can start by describing Doge in terms of where it ranks among net buys and whether or not it's truly taking away share from other coins.
Well, thank you for having me this morning. It is one of our top coins now. It's our second most popular coin over the last week. And in the last 24 hours, it is the most popular coin we have of people buying. A little rotation coming out of Bitcoin and Ethereum and going into Doge, but it is our #1 coin in the last 24 hours.
Do you think it's a unique coin given its origins, the way it's been marketed? I guess what is original about it given all the other coins that you have to keep track of and add?
Yeah, look, I think there is a definite possibility that Doge can be used in a payment mechanism down the line as we expand this marketplace more. And I think people are seeing that little bit of opportunity in using it there. It's cheaper to move on the protocols and easier to move. So I think there is that opportunity that people are saying that it's a possibility that this can be used in commerce down the line here.
To a guest that we just had on, John Reed Stark, who basically talked about the fact that Bitcoin is used for ransomware, and that other than that, many of the cryptocurrencies don't necessarily have a utility or can be valued in that sense. Obviously, this is a hot topic for debate, and we've heard both sides of it. I want to get your take.
Yeah, look, I think there has been illicit activities using cash for years, too. So I think I understand the side of the argument that it's used for ransomware. Those just become something that becomes really good media talking points. I think there are coins. Look at Ethereum on its own right as the smart contract that is now being used for NFTs. And I think there's opportunities. We're just taking a market that was, say, baseball cards that was physical and turning it into NFTs. So Ethereum has use cases for it that's starting to happen, utility. Some of the other tokens behind there, too. Polkadot is similar to Ethereum. It's a smart contract that can be used and is also cheaper because the gas fees to move are much cheaper used than Polkadot. And Algorand is now being used to develop securities on that, too. So I think you're starting to see a lot of utility across the way. And now I'm down in Miami here for the Bitcoin conference and meeting a lot of people, and I'm starting to see some projects come out on some of these protocols.
And I have a feeling, I realize we're still in early days, and there's a lot to be decided in this industry, or this asset class, I should say, more broadly. But in general right now, we can talk about some of the crazy moves we've seen and stuff like, for example, Dogecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum. But who's actually making money on this in terms of just the infrastructure, the different companies that are involved? What does that look like right now, especially given the fact that we do have these pretty hefty fees that are attached with trading?
Well, look, I think we've just finished our first quarter. We had a really nice quarter with 50% operating margins, highest revenue ever. The trading firms are making money, but I think individuals, we're seeing a lot of our individuals who got in early, retail investors, because we're a retail platform, are making money on a lot of the trading as well. So I think there's a mindset that retail, it might be losing here, but our retail consumers are net positive, and we've created a lot of wealth for consumers using cryptocurrency. The other piece of creating wealth and with cryptocurrencies, and we bring up Doge a lot, is the opportunity for people to earn interest or on staking rewards on the coins that we offer. And, people are gaining wealth that way, too. So not everybody, I know there's the mindset that the market's been down, consumers are losing money, but we're seeing a lot of positive accounts and positive value for consumers.
Yeah, the carry on some of these coins is something that we've tried to remind viewers about. It's not the main story, but it is an edge that you can find if you're clever enough. We'll continue to watch it with your help. Thanks so much. Great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.